Keep all your passwords safe. Choose Chrome to safely store your...
Trying to get that light out of the picture. Such a glare in there. Hello, everybody. Let's see who we got in here. We got Frida Cassidy. Hello. David Edwards. Hello. You know that it was really warm yesterday. It hit about 65. So I got quite a bit done outside. Today it's only like 46, 45 degrees, but it feels like 35 outside. It's cold. The sun is not shining. It's not been shining all day. It looks like it wanted to rain all day. So I've not got much of anything done outside today. I did get a few things done, but not much. It was just too chilly, too cold. Fur babies are in here sleeping right now. They're not outside. And when I let them out, they don't go far from the front door. Unless they got to go potty, then they'll go potty. But then they come right back to the door because they're ready to come back in the house. See, we got Frida Cassidy, David Edwards, Donna Placedia, Andrew Crosby, Patty C., Chill Canuck. Hello, how are you doing today, everybody? Let me get your names written down so for the another chance at the drawing. Andrew. Yeah, I wanted to get a video done outside today, but it's too cold out there. So I've let, the fur babies have been in all night. They've been in most of the day. I've let them out once in a while to go do their thing. And then I bring them right back in because they don't want to stay outside. I think they're spoiled now. They know it's warm in here. They'd rather come in here where it's warm than to stay out there in the cool. We have Vanessa. Hello, Vanessa. How is Vanessa doing today? Cloudy there where David is. Oh, we got Martha Berry. Hello. Oh, you're excited to see me live. You watch me daily on YouTube. Well, good. Thank you for that, Martha. We got Shatika. Hello, Shatika. I think I've got everybody that's in the live right now. Feels like flu, but had my shot. Oh no. I'm fine. I mean, I'm healthy. It's just that it's cold. I got a lot done on my cabinet yesterday, you know, because I had to take a lot of measurements and put up the little braces inside that hold the shelves up. I got those done. I got them measured. I got the little braces put in. But now I've got to cut the shelves and get the shelves in. I sanded it a little bit in spots because the wood is already sanded, so I don't have to do a lot to it except stain it. So I was going to stain it as soon as I get the shelves in, basically. But there's little green spots. You know how they mark the plywood at the factory to designate what type of wood it is? And mine have got like 3 green dots on one section of the front and then one section of the back that I'm trying to get off. I don't know how I'm going to do it. It took me forever to get it faded down the way it is now with the little grinder wheel I've got. So I don't know. If I was paying more attention to it, I would have at least turned the red dots toward the back so you'd be facing the wall so nobody'd see them. I used to attend church. I don't go anymore, David. I was in the choir for 20 years. I decided I'd let somebody else do it for change. And there's Tamara. Hello, Tamara Douglas. How's Tamara? And there's Tamara Angling. We got both Tamaras in the house today. Got Jackie M. Plus, even if I'd have wanted to do a video outside, it would have been hard because they've been over next door since about 8 o'clock this morning with a backhoe with a drill part on it, drilling through solid rock, and they've been at it all day long. So it makes quite a bit of racket. So today was not a day to do a video outside. Oh no, Tamara, you got the flu. Doctor says has to run its course. I'm sorry. Hope you get to feeling better. And there's Super Pappy and Edith Margaret Harris. I'm getting your names written down as you come in. Oh, and there we got Janice Country Cutie. Linda Blaylock's in the house. How did you learn to do carpentry work? I'm not good at all, but what I do know I learned from my dad. He loved to work with wood. He could build anything. He even built the house that we had in North Carolina. I mean, he laid the cinder blocks for the groundwork. He put the roof on. He did the whole inside. And that's a house that I wished I could have inherited, but it didn't work out that way, so. Worlds are colliding, Tamara Mania. Yeah, I learned everything about carpentry that I do know, what little bit I know, from my dad. He loved to do carpentry work. He was an awesome painter. I mean, he could draw anything, paint it. I mean, my mom had all these letters that my dad wrote her when he was in the Navy, and they had cartoons all over them. He had Popeye the Sailor Man. He had Pluto. He had Olive Oyl. Donald Duck, Mickey Mouse. He was great. I tell you, he could draw anything he wanted. Yeah, I'm kind of going through, well, the reason I'm kind of going through trial and error with mine is because I'm not going by anybody's plans. I don't have a plan laid out with measurements. I'm doing my own design as I go. So I'm trying to figure things out as I go and design it as I go. So, and I may end up with something I really like. If whenever I get finished with it, I don't know. But I don't draw it out on paper. It's in my mind up here. And I know where I want it to go. So I took the basic measurements of how wide, how deep, how tall, and then I put it out there, and then I start going from that and decide where my shelves are going to be, that type of thing. So yeah, I'm kind of interested to see how it's going to turn out because, like I said, I'm designing this as I go. I don't have plans to go by. My brother in North Carolina, even, because he builds a lot of stuff out of wood too. He's kind of like my dad. He builds boats, little rowing boats, and all kind of stuff, cabinets. And he told me one time when he watched my first video I did of my little cabinet over here. He said, Linda, there's tons of plans online that you can print out for free. Why don't you go there and find one, that you like and print it out? I said, because they're not going to match my kitchen. They're not going to match my other cabinet if I do that. So I design as I go because I want it to match and kind of look like the little cabinet I already built before and my cabinets here in the kitchen. And to do that, if I can't go in the store and buy one because you never get it to match. And to pay someone to build a custom cabinet would be so outrageously expensive. I'm not going to do that either because then still they wouldn't do what I wanted. Andrew says, I love to work with wood. That's what I am making my girlfriend a Valentine's sign that I will engrave her name in, and it all goes planned. I'm going to propose. Oh, wow. Well, does she watch my lives? Because you just gave it away. You didn't say what you were making, but you just gave it away that you plan to propose for Valentine's. She probably doesn't even know about my lives, though, so that might be a good thing for right now. She can watch later. Well, I've got a measuring tape. I've got a carpenter's tape that pulls out and retracts. I've got one. I've got several of them. I even bought a new one because my old one, the end of it was bent and it wouldn't give you correct measurements. So I bought a new carpenter's measuring tape just for that. Well, that's awesome, Tamara. My dad built birdhouses. I've got one over here that he gave me many years ago before he passed away. And I'll never put it in the yard. I keep it in the house because I don't use it as a birdhouse. I've just got it here to see it, to know that my dad made it for me. And that was one of the last things he ever made. Yeah, when you plan and design something as you go, it takes you a little bit longer, for one, because you just don't have the plans in front of you to go by, to where you know all the exact measurements you need, and all you got to do is mark it and go at it, Well, thank you, Tamara. You like my beef. And there's some controversy because there's two different ways that Malaysian is spelt. The way I spelt it is the type of beef that I'm using, which is a hand cut prime beef that they use, and it's spelled not with a Y, it's spelled with a I guess. It's MALAISON or AN, something like that, like the way I spelled it. Because I looked it up, I thought I had misspelled it. But yeah, I ate some of it for my lunch today too. It was pretty good heated up. in the perfect world, Super Pappy, you can measure twice and cut once. I measure more than twice. And sometimes I remeasure after I put a screw in and have to take the screw out and remeasure it and put it somewhere else. But that's all part of designing and building as you go. You know, it's through trial and error, basically. And there we got Barbara Maggard. Hello, Barbara. How are you doing today? Yeah, I don't have the plans and the measurements all laid out for me to follow. I'm coming up with my own. So I didn't have any of the inside measurements to begin with. I had to come up with all that myself. Well, thank you. It's not a sweater, it's a sweatshirt. And I hate sweatshirts the way they come up to your neck. I feel like I'm being choked. So I cut the neckline out and I cut the sleeves off. I do it to every one of my sweatshirts that I have. Because the long sleeve bothers me most of the time. And the neckline bothers me. So every sweatshirt that I've got, my cowboy sweatshirt, all of them, I've cut the neck out and I've cut the sleeves off. And I like them this way because they're comfortable to me. I can wear them all day in the house and I'm comfortable. Chill says, put it out and maintain it. Maybe a friend will visit. Birdhouse. No, I don't want to put this one out because the weather will ruin it. I can't bring myself to put it outside. Because I've got other birdhouses outside and they've been out there for several years and the wood rots. Here, basically, wood will dry rot more than it rots from being wet. They say here that wood homes don't last as long as brick homes do because the boards on the outside will weather rot. That's one thing that happened to my shed out here. That's the reason I redid it and I put aluminum siding on the outside and I re-roofed it with aluminum because the outside boards will dry rot. Yeah, that's awesome that your dad made you a dollhouse. When I was little, I was lucky to get a doll because we didn't have any money. And there's Father Gatto. Hello. Welcome to our live chat today. Oh, we got the vegan menu in the house too. Hello, vegan menu. Yeah, I got all my measurements in my head and I'll measure and do stuff as I go and hope it turns out right. And if it don't, like I said, I just take the screws out and start over, remeasure and do it again. I got hot tea and honey here. We got Kathy's crazy life in the house. How's Kathy today? I got almost a whole half a page. Look at that. I'm starting on the other half of it now. Well, I write kind of big so I can cut them apart and put them in the jar. You're excited for the raffle? February 6th. It's coming up pretty soon, isn't it? Like, what is it, next week? I haven't even looked at the calendar, but I think What, the first is when? Saturday? Isn't it Saturday? Every picture frame at my place has 20 holes behind it. Well, what I'm going to do is make I'll take some sawdust and some wood glue and mix it together, and I'll fill all the holes up where I had to take the screws out. I'll fill them up and sand it just a tiny bit, and then when I stain it, you won't even know the holes are there. Jackie says, from her view, my shelving is coming along nicely. Well, thank you for that. I did get the shelf in the top part of it. And while I had it in there, it was kind of like tight, but I left it because that's good now. It's not going to move around. So I went ahead and put screws in the side and put the braces under the shelf and screwed them in while I had it on there. No, it's pretty hard. I mean, even if you went to a cabinet shop and had one made, they're not going to make it in one day. And I can't do it in one day either. I'm thinking maybe 2 more videos on it and I should be done. Because probably the next one I'll do is where I'll put the shelves in. And then after that, I'm going to be probably staining it. You know, I've got to stain it and then put the sealer on the outside before I can bring it in the house. Tamara says, chill, nothing a little spackle won't fix. Yep. He said he's got about 20 holes behind each picture frame in his house. Yep, a little bit of spackle will do wonders for that. You'll never know the holes were there. Why can't you do? What do you mean, why can't you do? Oh, what can't I do? There's a lot of stuff I can't do. Well, thank you, Donna. Chill says my roof is being held up by sawdust and glue pretending to be 2x4s. Well, I've been thinking about redoing my walls inside the house, but I don't know yet. That's going to be a big job to take on, I think. But it'll be a way that I can put that wool insulation. You know, it looks like a piece of fabric, but it's a real thin layer of wool, which is insulation, that you can put it up on the wall and then put new siding on the outside or put new paneling on the inside. And it makes a world of difference to keeping your house cool in the summer and keeping the heat in the wintertime. A friend of mine did that, and she said they were going to replace windows and everything, but she said by the time they put up the wool flannel, or that wool, the sheets of wool that was insulation, and then put the new plywood or the new paneling on the outside or inside the house, she said it held so much heat in the winter and kept it so much cooler in the summer, we didn't need to change the windows. And there's Krista and Uncle BB. Hello there. How's Krista and Uncle BB doing today? Yeah, it's been cool. I mean, like I said, it was only about, well, it's 45 degrees. And when I checked the forecast, it said it's 45, but it feels like 35. And I believe it because when I was out there pulling some tomato vines and stuff and, you know, doing a little bit of cleanup, it was too cold for me out there. I came inside. But I said I got to get started on that pretty soon. And like I said, I've already started it. It's just there's a lot more to do. And I got to get the poles and rebar to put down the poles to hold up my shade cloth this summer, because I'm not going to be using that canopy top frame like I did last time. It's too busted up now. I'm doing great, Krista. Just can't get everything done I want to get done. It's Frida Cassidy. Hello, Frida. I got your name down when we first came in. You must have come in very first thing and then left for a minute. And there's Dennis and Wilson. How's Wilson and Dennis doing today? Yeah, it was a little windy earlier. It's calmed down now. But like I said, the sun has not been out all day. It's been cloudy and overcast all day long. No sun at all. Oh, it's Brooklyn. Okay, well, hi, Brooklyn. How's Brooklyn? You said you're doing good. I'll turn the notifications off on this thing because it's going to keep notifying me of everything that's going on, and I don't want to hear it, and I don't want it in my videos, so... The cats are fine. They're sleeping right now, and they're in the house. We could use some rain, but it's not rain today. It's just been cloudy, no sun at all. It's just been a gloomy looking day and cold. And there's Mrs. Meyer too. Hello. She got her name in and then went outside. Well, maybe I should put Brooklyn down. That's what I'll do. I'm going to put her name Brooklyn. So every time she comes to the live, I'll put Brooklyn down. I'm not going to put Dennis. I'll put Brooklyn. But I'm going to put Dennis down as well. Yeah, your garden's getting watered. You can't plug your phone in while you're talking? I mean, with my cord like this one, you know, I can plug my phone in and talk on it at the same time. That why it can't die on me if it's plugged in. It's plugged into the battery source. Yep, 20 likes, and looks like I got 38 watching right now. Went to the doctor, said I have a fissure, which turned into, and it's rectal bleeding, hemorrhoid, taking back in a month, getting biopsy, make sure it's not skin cancer. Oh goodness, Uncle BB. Sorry to hear all that. We got Martha Berry in the house. I don't think I got her down. How's Martha doing? Your charging port's been acting up. Oh, goodness. Mine does that too sometimes. I just have to replace my charging cord. Yeah, it was a beautiful day yesterday. The sun was out pretty shining all day, 65 degrees. I got a lot done yesterday outside, but couldn't do it today. It's the kind of cold, it's the damp cold. It's the kind of cold that just goes right to your bones. We've got something like 67% humidity, which usually we don't have humidity, but we do now. Who knows what they do, Krista? They could make them weak to make you think you got to go buy another one. Use the charger set on my phone. I've seen some of these charging ports that or chargers that they don't even have a cord. All you do is lay your phone on it and it charges it. I need one of them. Oh goodness. If it's biopsy from your butt, it's not skin cancer, but prostate cancer. Depending on your age, maybe don't do it. My last chiropractor that I had ended up with colon cancer or prostate cancer, whichever, and he ended up closing his practice down. I don't even know if he's still alive. And he was a young man. He was just in his 40s. His wife was a massage therapist, and you'd go in and he'd do his thing with you, adjust your spine, and then you'd go in this really dim lit room with candles and real soft music playing and lay down on the table and she'd massage you, almost put you to sleep. I felt myself going to sleep many a time when she would do that after I got my spine adjusted. I told her she had magic hands. He did too. Jackie says, I'm here. I'll watch for a few, eat my lunch. Yeah, go ahead and eat your lunch. You can listen to us while you eat. Yeah, I refuse to pay. I don't have $1,000 to pay on the phone. I get the cheapies, the most I spend for a phone is maybe $150. But, I know I'm going to have to pretty soon upgrade mine. I'm dreading it because I know that the more you have to upgrade your phone and update it, the more money you got to spend. Uncle BB says, Linda, on the bright side, going to Cheesecake Factory for a late birthday dinner. Whoa, happy birthday, Uncle BB. You going today or when? Seemed like I went to the Cheesecake Factory with my daughter in Fort Worth one time years ago. We had lunch in there. It was a pretty nice restaurant. The money side really sucks, but it's upgrading and remember all those passwords. Well, you can do that. What do they call it? You download the app on your old phone and then download it on your new phone, and you can just put the phones together and it automatically transfers all your information from your old phone to your new phone. That's probably what I'm going to do the next time. I have a Android, and I'm on Straight Talk, so I pay like $50 total for my phone bill every month, and that's unlimited everything. And there's Alfonso. Hello. How is Alfonso today? I haven't been seeing you much. Been brutally cold where Alfonso is. Well, it's pretty chilly here today. Not freezing, and it's not going to get down to freezing at night, but it's right there close. But you know, when the sun is not shining at all, and it's in like 45 degrees, it feels colder because the sun's not out there to warm you up. Because when I went out, I said, I believe it feels like 35 because it feels a lot colder than 45 degrees. Oh no, Alfonso, you're in Colorado. Last week we got down to minus 30 wind chill, minus 60. Well, I stick with the Straight Talk, the phones that you can get Straight Talk on, because, and I love my Android phones. Every phone I've gotten since I got rid of the first one was AT&T. I said I never want to get another one of those. But I love these Android phones on Straight Talk. And they have an iPhone through Straight Talk. But it's up there in the thousands, you know. I mean, I'm not paying $1,000 for a phone. Well, that's who Straight Talk is with. It's Verizon, Uncle BB. And you get on the Straight Talk plan, you pay one fee every month. So you always know what your phone bill is going to be. It never goes up unless you choose a higher plan. I started out with one for like $29 a month, and then I kind of graduated up to the next level, which is like 49 something, and with tax it's 50 something. But with my AT&T phone I used to have, they charged me 99 cents for every text message I received, and 99 cents for every text message I sent. I said, I don't ever want one of those again. I love my unlimited plans. I mean, there's teenagers out there paying $300 a month for their phone plan they have on their phones. That's crazy. Exactly. Everything you buy, they don't tell you about all the taxes, and that's added later. Yeah, I've heard some of these high school kids pay $300 a month for their phones, their phone service, to get all these fangle dangle, things they have on their phone. And now it might be paying for their phone too, because all of them have iPhones, which run up in the thousands. So that $300 a month is probably part of it paying for the phone and part of it paying for to use it. And I'm not paying $300 a month. I may end up one day pay $300 for the phone, flat rate, paid full. but I'll never pay $300 a month for one. And if I can't pay for it when I buy it, I'm not buying it. Frida Cassidy says, I pay, but she didn't say what. I charge my phone right here on my kitchen table, usually while I'm sitting here. You recently switched to Mint Mobile. I've never heard of Mint Mobile. You can make a car payment for $300. I'm not paying $300 a month for a phone. I have no idea, Christy, about all that. Frida said she pays $52. Yeah, things have really changed, Jackie. The prices have went sky high. I mean, the prices have went way up. Even my Spectrum bill went up this month. And I called them. They said, well, we had an increase in phone service. We've had an increase in internet. We've had an increase in cable service for your phone, your TV. And I said, well, that happens every time I get my bill down low. In a month or two, it starts going right back up. What's this thing you talk about, house phone? I've still got a house phone. It plugs into the wall. Of course, I bought some cordless phones to put in the house at times, but I still got a house phone. That means I can't take it with me when I leave the house. You got to use it in the house. You can't use it anywhere else. But I only kept it to get my cable, my internet, and all that down low. Because to put it in a bundle package, your house phone, your TV, and your internet, all in one little net bundle, was cheaper than to just get internet service or just get cable. I used to have a Princess rotary phone. I've got a couple of them, and they're in the cabinet in there. That they're fine. I just don't use them. I don't even know why I've still got them in the cabinet. I packed them away in there whenever I quit using them, and I disconnected them, and they've been in there ever since. Yeah, the cost of living keeps going up, but they don't raise your salaries, or they don't raise Social Security to meet today's living prices. They don't. Yeah, I've got a house phone here in the kitchen. It's over there on that little table cart, and it plugs into the wall. If you unplug it, it don't work. And in the bedroom, I've got one that plugs into the wall, but it sits on a charger, and I can take the phone off just like a cell phone, and I can walk out in the yard and use it, or I can use it in any room in the house, and there's no cable hook to it. But you can only go so far away from the house before it doesn't work anymore. Patty Duke had one in her room. That's exactly why I'm doing YouTube. I couldn't afford to live on my retirement. You know, I'm here myself, and I pay all the bills, and my bills were more than my retirement check, so I had to do something to bring in a little extra money. Now there's a phone you can wear like glasses. I wouldn't doubt it. You just replaced your trimline rotary princess phone in the bedroom to a cordless phone. Yeah, I've got a cordless in my bedroom, but it's sitting on the charger in there now. When I'm not using it, I put it on the charger. And I don't really use the house phone anymore. I leave it plugged in case someone does call that forgets to call the cell. And they can leave a message and then I'll call them back. But I really should unplug it. I can leave it on the plan to keep my plan low, but I can unplug it and I don't have to use it in the house. Your dad was pissed when Mom got a princess phone. Uncle BB. Chill said cordless. I come up with a joke so 90s. And there's Bagger Feed. Hello. And Snow White. How are you folks doing today? I'm getting everybody's name in. So, oh, and Caesar Media. Got all these people popping in. It was extra charge. She's a redhead, Caesar. Oh, Caesar Media is a redhead? How do you know that? It had a light up dial. Well, she wanted her a princess phone with a light up dial. They also made glasses for deaf people. They are able to see if giving text on the screen on what people say. That was a great thing to invent. Yeah, that is. I don't know where in the world you got your name, Bagger Feed. Do you have a farm? Or do you have farm animals that you ended up with Bagger Feed as your name on YouTube? Someone I'm missing today. I haven't seen Gladys in here yet. Have not seen Gladys in here today. My princess phone was from 1975 when I was 13. My folks let me get my own line so I wasn't on their home business phone. In New York, when I was a kid, if you dialed your number +3, hung up fast, it would ring. Anyone remember this? No, I don't. I never did that, so I don't remember. Frida says, I gotta go. Well, sorry to see you go, Frida, but I'm glad you dropped in. We got your name down again for the drawing. I thought I turned this thing off so I didn't have notifications coming in, and it just beeped at me. It's on Do Not Disturb. I don't know why it did that. You have a great evening, Frida. Have a good night tonight. Yeah, I remember when my parents got a party line, it was the very first phone they ever had in the house. It was a party line. And I remember you get on it a lot of times and you heard somebody else talking. That meant to hang up because somebody else was using the phone. But they didn't have that party line very long before they had more lines run, and we had a private line. Really? I didn't know that, Tamara. If you dial your own number and hang up, it will ring back. Huh. I guess it takes a few seconds for the number to get through the machinery or whatever and then start ringing. There's Gladys. You had me worried there for a minute, Gladys. I thought you might have been sick or something. Oh, you're on hold waiting for your doctor to try to get a new bed. Well, there you go. In 1960, my parents' number was Elmwood 6 4493. There's no way I remember what our phone number was when I lived at home. I know the number that my mom had at last when she lived in North Carolina, but I don't remember it. It's written down in my phone book. It's just still there, even though she's passed away. I think the phone number's still there because my brother and his wife moved into her house, and I think they kept the same phone with the same number. I don't think it was ever changed. I cut about 3 inches off of it. It stops right there. Yeah, I cut a good 3 inches off of it. It feels lighter. Maybe so much of my hair will quit breaking off when I brush it now. I don't know. I usually put it in the refrigerator. I don't know that I've ever put it in the oven. I need to make a cheesecake. I love cheesecake. And I got blackberries, raspberries, and blueberries. So I need to make me a cheesecake. I'm going to have to find my recipe for it in my Betty Crocker cookbook and see what I can do about making a cheesecake. I love it too. White chocolate with raspberry is my favorite. Spring Valley 6 became Elmwood 6. I don't have any idea what our number was years ago when they first got a phone. I know what my house phone number has been ever since I've lived in Texas, but I'm not going to tell you. And before I got the number, it must have been belonged to some government official, because I kept getting calls for this congressman or somebody to do with Congress. I don't know. But they kept calling asking for this person, and I said, I'm sorry, they have, if they ever had this number, they don't have it now. It's the Hauser residence. And finally, after a year or two, they quit calling. Or either they misdialed a number. I don't know. Yeah, I love cheesecake. I guess that's one reason I don't make it much. Because, oh my God, that would contribute quite a bit to my weight gain for me, because I'd eat it. Oh, it would not stay in my house very long. I'm sorry. I'd eat it all, and pretty quickly. And I don't buy cheesecake usually because it's so expensive. Even one little slice of cheesecake is outrageous. I'm eligible for a free slice of cheesecake birthday club. Oh, well, good for you. Same, girl. Oh, I could really dig into a slice of cheesecake right now. Y'all got me wanting cheesecake. I may have to look over here. I got my cookbook out. And I don't remember if I used the recipe Oh, well, guess what? The first recipe I flipped open to was a white chocolate strawberry cheesecake. You got to have 600 grams of cream cheese, 500 grams of sugar, 300 grams of cream, 300 grams of melted white chocolate, 320 grams of strawberry jam, 300 grams of fresh strawberries chopped, or 150 whole, 100 grams of ladyfinger cookies. I don't have ladyfinger cookies. Let's see how difficult it is. It says, in a bowl, add cream cheese, sugar, and cream. Beat with mixer for 3 minutes. Add the melted white chocolate and mix with a spatula. Reserve. In a bowl, mix 170 grams of strawberry jelly with 150 grams of chopped strawberries. Reserve. In a rectangular pan, cover with plastic film. Place some of the cream cheese mixture. Cover with the jelly, the strawberry mixture, and cover with the rest of the cream cheese mixture. So you layer it in. Cover with ladyfinger cookies and place in the freezer for 4 hours. Remove from pan, cover with the remaining strawberry jelly and decorate with the whole strawberries. I don't particularly care for white chocolate, but there's a picture of my white chocolate strawberry cheesecake. Don't that look good, y'all? I wish I had a piece of that right now. Oh man, I could eat that. But I don't have strawberries. I've got raspberries, I've got blackberries, and I've got blueberries. I guess you could substitute, but I don't think I've got enough of each one. See what y'all did? Y'all got me wanting a cheesecake. Let's see what Betty Crocker comes up with her cake. If she's got one in here. I got to cook me a cheesecake now. That might be the next video that I do as a cheesecake. I think when I made a cheesecake, I didn't use this cookbook. I used it from somewhere else. I use this book for most of my cooking, though. Oh, have you ever heard of a toasted marshmallow cake? You use 1 package of Devil's Food cake mix, 8 large marshmallows, 1/3 cup brown sugar, and 1/3 cup of chopped nuts. Huh, that sounds good. I may have to fix one of them too. I can feel the weight going on my hips just talking about it. Oh no, Jana. She's entered the depressed state of grieving. I'm so sorry to hear that. Oh, I made the orange cake that's in this Betty Crocker cookbook. And oh my God, that was so good. It was so much to do, though, to make it. But I remember when I got it baked, it was well worth everything that went into it. Yeah, we're all sending hugs to Krista. To Jana, I mean. I made an Oreo cheesecake for my nephew's birthday earlier this month. Oh, I bet that was good. I may end up using that strawberry white chocolate cheesecake recipe. I don't particularly care for white chocolate, though. They got a Mother's Day cake in here. They have an anniversary cake. All kind of cakes, I tell you. I'm still looking for the cheesecake. Well, they got cream cheese frosting, but we need the cream cheese cheesecake. I don't think they have one in here. Yeah, I don't see any. Then it goes on to cookies. So Betty Crocker doesn't have one, at least not in this book. But I've got this. You know what? I could put some. Well, it probably wouldn't look very good to put chocolate in there instead of white chocolate. Could you imagine regular milk chocolate in a cheesecake? Oh my God. That would be so good. And I'd have to convert all these grams into ounces because I don't measure grams. Everything I've got measures in ounces. I have no idea, Jana, on a grief site at all. Vegan menu, Jana lost her husband. He had a heart attack. All of a sudden, he just had a heart attack and he was gone. Unexpected. So she was in a state of shock to begin with. I guess now she's in a depressed state of grief, which I hate to hear, but it's understandable. There was a frozen cheesecake in the 80s in New York. It came in an oblong box. Got it at Pathmark. I want to say Crizone. Huh. I didn't realize that Medicare covers on-life grief therapy, but it's for anyone 65 and older. But I've come up with several grief sites, Jana. One is Grief Share. It says Grief Share can help you heal. It's Grief Share support groups. And then there's Hope for the Heart. It said Grieving with Hope, healing from grief. There's always hope. And then there's grief.com. And then there's helpful websites for grieving. It said the Center for Grief Recovery. So they've got several. You might just check some of them out and give them a try. And if you don't like it, go on and check out another one. And there's Life with Pippintine. Let's get her name down. Uncle BB said there was also frozen German chocolate cake. I've made several German chocolate cakes in my lifetime. I love them. I especially love the icing, the coconut and pecans and syrup. Oh, it's so good. Yeah, it sounds like these sites have like group counseling online. So, if she went to these sites, she wouldn't be the only one there. There'd be other people that were grieving that were there to help support other people and themselves to get through the grief. Yeah, nearly every town has several grief groups available. It's just finding out who they are is, the question. You might could put in grief counseling and put in your town or something. And I knew, I thought I had turned the notifications off of the phone I'm using for my camera. And that's the one that I didn't turn off. I thought I did. And I must have picked up this one and checked it instead. So you hear the beep, beep, beep of the notification on my phone over there. Yeah, the groups area would be helpful because you'd be talking to other people that are going through the exact same thing you're going through. Well, I'd love to help, Jana. I just don't know what to do to help you. But probably getting in even an online group counseling session where you're in there with a whole group of people that are grieving just like you are, that's going to help. Because they understand, they're going through it too. So they understand exactly where you're coming from. Well, I don't know. I hope I'm helping. I try. And there's Sugar Stick. Hello, Sugar Stick. Get your name down. How's Sugar Stick doing today? Yeah, it's so gloomy outside. It just looks like it wants to downpour. It just looks like it wants to rain so bad. I'm great. I just had to do most of everything inside today because it's been too cold outside and the sun's not been out all day. Not even a trace of the sun has been out. It's just been dark and gloomy, just like it's raining, but we've got no rain. I think next week is when we're supposed to get some rain. Let me check here. Seemed like when I checked the forecast, next week coming up, we're supposed to get rain about every day. Well, it's 46% chance of rain, but at 46% chance, we're not going to get any. I think we may get rain around Wednesday or Thursday of this coming week. If we're lucky. So we'll see, I guess. Sugar Stick, Jana Jacob lost her husband unexpectedly to a heart attack. Okay, Krista, you have a blessed evening. Sleep tight and don't let the bed bugs bite. Stay warm, stay safe. God bless you too, Krista. Yeah, we were all sorry to hear about her losing her husband. I think Janice said he was in his 60s. I don't remember how old she said he was, but it seemed like 60 something, if I remember correctly. Yeah, let's get back to something cheerful. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, I think my fur babies have spoiled. They've gotten spoiled to being in the house where it's warm. They don't want to go outside now. But they did go outside for a little bit earlier today to go potty, that type of thing. And then when I opened the door, they were both out there on the porch. They were ready to come back inside. When it gets warmer weather, they might stay outside a bit. But Lucky, he doesn't even mind staying in his little pet carrier. It's cozy and it's warm in there. Yeah, I've got to come up with a cheesecake. I gotta do me a good video on a cheesecake because I've been wanting some cheesecake. Cats like warm climate. Well, I know when they're outside, if the sun is shining, they're in the garden and they're laying down on the ground cover in the sun to warm up. They love it back there laying in the sun on that ground cover cloth. Because usually if I don't see them, I go back there, that's where they're at. Social Security has taken $500 away from me. Why did they do that, Snow White? Something's wrong there. I mean, yeah, smart kitties. Hollywood cheesecake with sour cream topping. I've not heard of that, but I'll have to check into that. I bet there's all kind of recipes for cheesecake out there. Because they say mistake on IRS. Well, have you been getting Social Security for very long? And they claimed there was a mistake of how much you were getting and they just cut it $500. Oh my God, if they cut mine $500, I wouldn't be getting much. Pumpkin cheesecake, chocolate cheesecake, cheesecake ice cream. There's everything cheesecake. What is that drink? I don't know, but they have pumpkin spice coffee. I wouldn't doubt it that they didn't come up with a pumpkin cheesecake spice coffee. I've never heard of the Hollywood cheesecake. I'm going to have to do some research on cheesecakes, but I like the strawberry cheesecake that's in my recipe there that I just looked at. I'm kind of questioning the white chocolate, though. I don't like white chocolate. I almost got a full page of names here, y'all. I mean, look at this. Both columns are almost full. That's okay, though. I got another piece of paper if I got to start another one. I don't know. I like milk chocolate or dark chocolate. I don't like white chocolate. I never have cared too much for it. Oh, this is mango tea with honey to kind of help with my cough. That was some of that Hawaiian tea that April had sent me here a while back. I haven't used all of it yet, or the coffee. Yep, it's just mango tea with honey in it. It's pretty good, but it's cold, but I can still drink it. Have to pop it back in the microwave and heat it up again. When your first husband and you were dating, you would go to Lenox Mall in Atlanta. Mickey's had this Oreo cheesecake, so good. Oh, wow. Yes, mango tea with honey. It's really good. Oh man, I'd do just about anything for a big old hunk of cheesecake right now. Y'all got me wanting cheesecake. I bet the Oreo cheesecake is good. Oreo cookie cheesecake. Who was it back here said one time they made one? The Oreo cookie cheesecake. Yes, mango tea with honey, sugar stick. Sorry about that. I thought sure I had turned off the notifications on that. Yes, that's the reason I fixed it, so I wouldn't cough so much. I guess the guys next door are done working for the day. I haven't heard them drilling over there lately. I haven't heard the machinery running. Yeah, it seems to be. How far is the supermarket from you? The closest one is about 5 minutes away. And then I've got a General Dollar store right across the street out here. I could walk to it. It's only about 3 blocks from here, I guess, something like that. They just put in a new General Dollar store here, just right outside the entrance to the subdivision. So if I need something real quick, I run out there and get it. Like I needed sugar one day when I was doing that pepper jelly. And I ran out there and got me 2 little bags of sugar and came home with it. It only took me a couple of minutes to go out there. But yeah, I've got H-E-B, Kroger, within 15 minutes of my house. I've got an Aldi, Walmart, Brookshire's within 10 minutes, 5 minutes of my house. So I've got just about any type of a supermarket real close. Several of them. I don't know. They might figure I go through too much trial and error for them. Because they want me to follow their plans, and I don't follow plans. I make my own. Yeah, it's nice to have one that's just right across the street. Yeah, I've got HEB, Kroger, Aldi, Brookshire's, Super Walmart. There's a David Supermarket. So I got quite a few supermarkets close by. And there's Cindy Davis Noel. Hello, Cindy. I like triple chocolate chip brownie pie with a regular pie crust. Oh, that sounds good. I love chocolate pie. And we got Edith Margaret Harris. How's Edith doing today? Well, I've got Brookshire's is the closest, other than the Dollar Tree right, or the General Dollar right here. The Brookshire's is probably 5 minutes from my house by car. Walmart is only maybe not even 10 minutes from here by car. Aldi is just past Walmart. And then it takes me the longest to get up to Kroger and HEB because it's on the other side of town. But it's less than 15 minutes. Because HEB, Kroger, Marshalls, and Ross's are all out there together. I'm doing great, Edith. It's just been one of them gloomy days. The sun has not been shining all day. It's just been dark and gloomy, but no rain. It's just been cold. The kitties are inside sleeping. That's what they've been doing most of the day, except for what little bit of time they were outside. And they were only outside for about half hour or so before they were ready to come back in. Yeah, I think they're adorable little fur babies. NPC 777 says, Linda, can you adopt me as your child? I got two adoptees right now, and that's Little Buddy and Lucky. NPC 777. I don't think I can take on any more responsibility. Yesterday I made 2 huge pots of creamy potato and onion soup with crisp bacon crumbled in and topped with grated cheddar cheese, and 2 pans of cream cornbread. One pot was for my niece and everyone at their house. Well, look at you go, Cindy. That was nice of you to cook double and take part of it to your niece. You look like the cozy and kind mom I always needed. Well, thank you for that compliment, NPC 777. That sounds almost like a inspector. What do they call those criminal investigators? That sounds like one of those names. She's grieving the passing of her daddy. Oh, that's pretty bad. Profiler. An agent. Like Agent 007. You have a doctor's appointment January 28th. Well, that's coming up. 2 days. A snoop. Yeah, I'm kind of anxious to see my cabinet finished. Oh, I forgot. I not only have to put my shelves in, I got to get those cut, but I got to get my doors on. Because I'm not going to have doors on the top, above that shelf that's middle way. But about middle way where the shelf is, I'm going to have probably 2 doors on the front of the bottom of it. So I'll have to cut those 2 doors too. And I'm still undecided if I want to put 2 doors on it or 1 door. I think probably 2 because the opening is, 27 inches. And I think that's way too big to make 1 door. Well, thank you, Edith. And there's Red Doll Scunford. Hello, Red Doll. Putting your name down for the drawing. Look at there. That filled the page up. Both columns. You're in the UK. Oh, wow. That's a fur piece from here. How's the weather in the UK? You will have no responsibilities with me. I can look after myself. I just want to feel what love and affection is after so many years. How old are you, NPC 777? You have a biopsy Tuesday and you feel nervous. Well, just think positive. Everything's going to be okay. 7 degrees Celsius, overcast, feels bitter but milder than recent. We had a storm on Friday, another one due. Oh, wow. Early 20s. Well, you're still a youngin'. A youngin'. Yeah, just think positive. Things will be okay. Just like me when I was going in for my surgery on my eyes. I was scared to death. I didn't want anybody touching my eyes, I mean, my eyes is what I see with. If I can't see, I'm in trouble. So I didn't want anybody touching my eyes. So I was scared to death. But I went in and got the first eye done and no problems. Everything was great. So I kind of felt like a fool for worrying so much about it. You don't feel like a youngling when life makes you mature against your will, ma'am. Oh, that's true. Yes, a lot of people, unfortunately, out there might be in their 20s, but they're aged to 60 or 70 by the life that they've had to live. That's very understandable. He has called out the British Prime Minister. He is right about it, Prime Minister. I don't know. It seems like he's getting some stuff accomplished so far. I don't know. Yeah, I know you're talking about Trump. I'm still worried about Social Security because, at one time he had made the statement that he wanted to do away with Social Security, but now he's saying no, he wants to keep Social Security. But to my understanding, someone else told me that he also said he wanted to keep Social Security for right now, but there's going to be like almost like a time limit on it, that in years to come it's going to be cut off or run out or whatever. I don't know. I know my son told me many years ago, he says, Mom, I wouldn't worry at all about drawing Social Security. Draw all you can, because he said by the time I retire, there may not be a Social Security. Cindy, what makes me feel older beside the aches is that damn mirror. Yeah, I look in the mirror sometimes and I say, who is that? Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Red Doll. There won't be Social Security in the future. Because sooner or later it's going to be cut off, according to what they want done. For some reason I got knocked off and now I can't hear. Maybe somehow your sound is turned off. Check your sound. Yeah, like my son said, by the time he retires, there may not be Social Security. And if there is, it may not be there for long. However, in the UK, we have millions of people choosing to live on Social Security. Well, here, to get Social Security, you've got to be retired. You've got to be 65 or older to get Social Security, because you paid that in your whole working life. You're entitled to Social Security. But it's usually not enough to live on. The only other way you're going to get Social Security is disability. If you're disabled, you can't work, then you can be put on Social Security disability. But you don't choose to live on Social Security. It says, since I cannot convene you to adopt me, which I think is still not a bad idea, I want to ask you if you have any advice for a person like me who misses the love and affection part in their life. I don't know, do you have a pet? You get a lot of love and affection out of a pet, either a dog or a kitty cat, like I do. My 2 fur babies. All right, Jackie M., you have a great evening. Stay safe, stay warm. We call that state pension. Yeah, that's what Social Security here is. You've got to be 65 or older to be entitled to draw it. And then you draw each month based on what you paid in when you worked. So it's not free money, it's money you earned. Unless, like I said, you're disabled, and then you can get Social Security disability, which is basically a set amount. It doesn't matter. So you've never worked, you're disabled. You just get a set amount with free medical and stuff like that. I don't get free medical. I mean, I have Medicare, which I pay for, the medical part, A and B, and then I have a supplement plan that I pay about $180 a month for. So none of the medical is free. Yeah, I was going through something kind of like that. And I started my garden, I started my YouTube channel, and I got fur babies. And I'm fine now. I'm not as depressed as I used to be. People don't realize that when you have kitty cats or a little doggy, they kind of take care of you. I mean, it's not all that you're taking care of them. They kind of take care of you mentally. My helper is happy. I found a new friend. She said, "You're nice." Well, thank you, Edith. In the UK, we have a system called national insurance. It pays towards your state pension and also pays your health care. It's 11% of your salary. Well, see, here in the United States, if you're working on a job, you can take out health insurance through your job, but you have to pay for it. And it's based on the size of your family and all that, how much you pay a month. And then when you go on Social Security, you get Medicare, but you still have to pay for that Medicare. It's like $198 a month. And then you got to pay, that only covers 80% of your medical bills. And then for that other 20%, you got to take out your own supplement plan, which costs me about $180 a month. So ours is not free. We have to pay for it. Unless you're on disability. If you're on disability, you get free health care. The health care is free at the point of use. Trouble is, those who don't work don't pay. Well, that's true. But here in the United States, if you don't have insurance and you go to the hospital or the doctor, you got to pay out of your pocket. It's not free. Yeah, the U.S. has unemployment benefits if you're laid off from your job, but you can only draw it for so long before it stops. You know, they help you stay on your feet until you get that next job to go to. It's not something you stay on forever. Those supplements get more expensive. Yeah. Yeah, mine is like $180. It started out being 150 some, I think, and now it's like $189 a month. But it pays 100% basically. So, and I said I can't do without it. But I mean, I'm pretty healthy other than my back injury, and I don't really go to the doctor except my yearly checkup. But you know, you never know when something's going to happen that puts you in the hospital. And I don't have money. I don't have $2,000 or $3,000 to pay up front to be put in the hospital. Yeah, electricity is not free here. In Russia, they have free health care. We don't have free health care here. We don't have free electricity either. My electricity bill was $197 for this month that I got yesterday in the mail. Oh my goodness, your husband's is $600 a month. No, nothing is free. Just me, Billie Jean. Hello. I'm glad you came in, Just Me, Billie Jean, because I went to your site and I watched your video when you took your mother on her little shopping trip to the grocery store. So I got to see you and your mama that day. She gets up and gets around pretty good to be her age. You had fun? It looks like y'all had fun. I don't know. I'd have to get my electric bill, but my bill was $197 this month. But it's because I use this little electric fireplace nonstop in the wintertime, plus my gas heater as well, my furnace. But if that wasn't on, it would probably be way less than $100. Now, in the summer when it gets really hot, my electric bill has been up to $300 for a month or so. But as soon as the temperature drops, the electric bill goes down. Electricity in the UK is expensive, about 30 cents per kilowatt. Let me go look. I don't know what ours is. I'd have to go get the bill. But now my house is small. I live in a small house, so it doesn't take as much to heat and cool my house as it does someone that has a bigger house. My average cost per day was about $5.87. I don't know where you find how much it is. Okay, I used 1,285 kilowatt hours. But I don't see anywhere where it says how much it costs. But you got a base charge, which is $22.50. Operation Roundup, which is 90 cents. Oh, here it is. Let's see. Total power supply charges is 0.10536 kilowatt hour. And you said yours was what? 40 cents in Germany. The UK, it's 30 cents. Yeah, ours is like 11 cents a kilowatt hour. That's what it would be rounded off to. No, 0.11. 11 cents. Yeah, 11 cents an hour, kilowatt hour is basically what it would come to. But then you got regular flat rate charges and all this other stuff they add to it other than the kilowatt an hour charge. I have no idea. 40 cents kilowatt hour. I don't know, he said 40 cents. That must be U.S. money. Do they measure it different in German money? I can imagine in a house that big, Tamara. This mobile home is just a one story and it's a 12 by 65 foot home, so it's not very big. I'd hate to know I had to pay to heat that whole house if it was 3-story. In Britain, we pay pounds. 40 euro cents is more than 45 US cents. Yeah, well, then you do pay more per kilowatt hour than we do. And we think that's expensive, what we do pay. But I think the power company that I'm with is one of the cheaper rate companies that we still have here. Europe lost our energy supply from Russia. I don't have a smoker. My son has a smoker, but I don't know what the brand name is. Yeah, I've got a 780 square foot home, so it's not a great big house to heat and cool. Sometimes I think it's too big, but it's really not. Who is this Harjinder Singh? I don't know what MSG period RPLY is. Message reply? Germany used to get gas directly from Russia via Nord Stream. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, message reply, but I don't. It uses pellets, so this is going to be a learning thing, I think. I will research the YouTube a lot before starting. I don't know what my son, I think he uses pellets or something in his smoker. I have no idea. Like I said, he always did all the smoking. His dad did smoking of meats. I don't. I never have smoked meats. I grill mine out, cook them in the crock pot or cook them in the oven, but I don't smoke them. I could smoke them in my grill outside, turn it down real low, and put a pan of wood chips in there, and you can smoke right in your grill with the top that I've got on it. I'm right there with you, Red Doll. The way things are going, it don't look good for people in the future. I know prices are going up, up, making the rich richer, while the poor get poorer because we can't even afford to buy groceries. I mean, you can't afford to live and pay for stuff that you need. Well, my daughter has a house, I think it was 4,700 square feet. I wouldn't want to pay their electric bill. Just on their floodlights would break me. Because my daughter said they changed out their floodlights and put regular bulbs in them that were cheaper. I read in the news that England is building a new nuclear power plant. Well, we've got one down here at just outside of Glenrose, which is only 20 minutes from here. That's what brought us out here originally. My ex-husband worked at Comanche Peak Nuclear Power Plant. He was transferred out here from North Carolina to Texas. That's what originally brought us out here, was that nuclear power plant they were building. Because he's a nuclear engineer. Well, he's retired now, but he was a nuclear engineer. Not going to get any better. Why I tell people to buy shelf-stable Amazon food cans for egg and powdered milk. Powdered milk is pretty expensive. It used to be real cheap when I was growing up. But I'll tell you, the prices on powdered milk is unreal. Yeah, canned food is good. My home is 1,100 square feet, and I keep the spare bedroom closed unless I have guests, and then I keep back room closed during the winter. No sense in heating it. In fact, I got to go out there and check the gauge on my propane gas tank. See how much propane I've still got out there. I think that we are not seeing in the news is that China, Russia, and India are all beginning to overtake the West. Yep, that's true, Cindy. If you can keep a lot of canned foods, dried foods like dried beans, flour, sugar, stuff like that, keep it in airtight containers. You can keep that for a long time. They've been selling oil in their own currencies, not in dollars. This is something that Trump has been talking about. Well, I keep my freezer stocked. I mean, I've been cooking, the older food that's been in there a while. I've been taking that out, cooking it, but it seems like I'm replacing it all the time. So I don't know if I'll ever get them empty completely. But at least the food that goes in is fresh, and I'm taking out the older stuff and cooking that first. Moisture streaming in from Pacific Ocean and Gulf of Mexico with fuel. Torrential rain across portions of Texas, Oklahoma, and Gulf Coast next week. Yeah, we've been expecting some rain next week. We need some rain, and thank God I'm up on this hill because I don't flood up here like people do down below me. Because in Texas, you either get all the rain at one time or you don't get any at all. It's either so dry the ground's cracking or you're flooding. Don't seem like there's hardly any in between. You like to take advantage of sales and can your own food? Well, I would too, but I don't have anywhere to store it. I've got one bedroom full now of stuff. I don't have anywhere else to put it, really. Well, in the summer it can get up to 113, 115 degrees, which is pretty hot. It's not unusual for Texas summer days to hit 100 or more. I know they're expensive. You see them advertised on television. I couldn't afford to buy energy, those emergency food packs from these companies that advertise them. They're outrageously expensive. Okay, just me, Billie Jean. Have a good night. Tell your mother I said hello if she's not watching. Or if she's watching, hello. Yeah, well, 115 is pretty daggone hot. You need canned food that just heats up, yeah. Well, I've got 32-gallon containers out there now. I've switched from most of the 5-gallon buckets to 32-gallon containers. And I've got several of them around my yard. Okay, Red Dog, you have a good night. Have a good sleep. Don't let the bed bugs bite. I'm just joking. Take care and stay safe. Stay warm. Thank you. I will. Bye. How many we still got on here? Oh man, I got 43 thumbs up. Thank y'all. Oh, I love Cool Whip too. Unfortunately. Yeah, as long as you keep them in an airtight container, dried foods last a long, long time. You can keep rice, dried beans, all that kind of stuff real long. Or dehydrated food. Unfortunately, I've got things stored under my bed already. I don't think I can put anything else under there. Yeah, having a grill is good in an emergency. And I've got one out here. It's around like a fire pit, and it has a grill top that I can put on it. And I could have ordered one of those fittings that go on the top of it to roast a chicken, the roasteteer, that the platform that spins, that turns to roast a chicken, but I never ordered that. So I can build a fire in that and cook on a wood fire pit if I had to. No, I don't remember chocolate Cool Whip. I didn't know they had chocolate Cool Whip. Roasteteer, yeah, that's what I was trying to think of. Yeah, I got that to use as a little fire pit, to have a fire outside. And then I ended up making a fire pit with my rocks in the yard. So I still have my little round fire pit, but I don't use it. But I said it would come in good if I needed to roast or cook on it, not have a great big fire. And then I could put that rack on the top that you could lay meat on to cook it. or potatoes wrapped in foil, cook you a potato. What's the best recipe for Cool Whip you ever saw? I don't know. I've never made Cool Whip, so I've not looked at recipes for Cool Whip. Okay, Uncle BB, you enjoy your birthday dinner. Happy birthday. Have fun. Everybody wish Uncle BB a happy birthday. He's leaving to go to his birthday dinner. And Cindy says, I think I'm going to roast your chicken and make some nacho deluxe this week. That sounds good. No, it was Sandy. Oh, y'all are... There's William. Let me put his name down. Do y'all believe I've started on the second page? Look at this. I've started on the second page of names. I've already filled this one up. Mm-hmm. 45. I got 44 on mine. I mean, it probably hasn't flipped over from whoever just hit the thumbs up. Dennis, y'all must be talking about hurricanes, you and William. Is the answer Hurricane Alice? And Dennis said, no, it was Sandy. Roasted chicken sounds good. I could eat a big helping of roasted chicken right now. I've had lunch, but I'm getting hungry again. I don't know what I'll eat for dinner. Probably some leftover Malaysian beef stir fry. Still talking about trivia. Oh, okay. Yeah, we do trivia every Thursday night at 7. I don't have this one scheduled yet, but I'll get it scheduled. Yeah, stir fry is good and it's healthy for you. You got your protein and you got your veggies. William says on the next trivia, can I buy a valve? What would you need a valve for? Well, Cindy says, LOL, just one. Last trivia was foreign to me. I don't watch movies anymore to know all that. It is behind door number 3. Well, a lot of the trivia questions are based on older movies. Some of it is more current, but a lot of it is older stuff. Y'all are learning so many of the questions, it's not going to be long before I'm going to have to get a new trivia game. with different topics. Snow White said the questions are too hard for her. Is that your final answer? Y'all being silly. Just as silly as I get sometimes. No, we're not playing trivia tonight. This is just a meet and greet and chat trivia. Chat live. Usually on Sundays we just get together and chat. Sometimes I do a cooking thing while I'm live. I had already done one cooking video today, so I decided not to do a cooking live today. And there's MT. Hello, MT. How are you doing today? Phone a friend. Yep, that's what I told Wilson. Phone a friend. Get his girlfriend on the phone with him while he's playing trivia with us. William said, okay, this chat is going nowhere fast. Someone on doing good. It's beautiful afternoon. It's been gloomy here all day. The sun has not been out all day. It's just been dark and gloomy, like it wants to pour down rain, but yet it doesn't rain. And there's about 67% humidity. And that's a lot for us. Usually it's not humid here. Someone on the street. I need to head to the kitchen for one more bowl of potato soup and take my little bitty outside. It's nice today after days it's miserable cold. I'll check to see if you're still on later. Okay. Take your little bitty outside. It's 45 degrees right now, but it's like it's 35 outside. It's cold because the sun is not out. And that makes you colder when you go outside. Because, if it's 45 degrees and the sun is bright and shining, it'll warm you up a little bit and it doesn't seem quite as cold. But the sun has not been out all day. Not even a little bit. Okay, Donna, you have a blessed night. Stay safe. Stay warm. Time is it? Oh, goodness, we've been on here for over 2 hours. Yep, 45 degrees Fahrenheit. Has anyone seen my car keys? They're where you put them, William. Chill said -1 here to confuse y'all. Does that mean it's about 20 degrees Fahrenheit? Oh my goodness, my husband just grilled the best burger I think I've ever eaten. You're going to do some more grilling as the weather gets warmer. Yep, you can grill some good burgers on the grill. It was 65 degrees yesterday. Beautiful day. The sun was out, shining bright all day long. Today the temperature dropped and it's been dark and cloudy all day. It looks almost like it's getting dark outside because the sun is not out at all. Hasn't been out all day. Just ate burgers and darn forgot the bacon. Got to have bacon for your burger. William says, I forgot why I came into this chat. You came into this chat to get your name put down again on the list to go in the jar for the drawing February 6th. And you came into this chat to chat with all of us wonderful people. That's why you came in, William. Back in the elevator. Hamburger's cow. Of course, hamburger is cow. That is, unless you make a hamburger out of chicken or turkey, or make it out of ham, and then it's a hamburger or a chicken burger or a turkey burger. If it's out of cow, it's a beef burger. Your husband stuffed his burger with blue cheese and topped it with grilled onions, portobello mushrooms, cheese, and bacon. Oh, that sounds wonderful. Yeah, excuse me while I drool. I know beef burger sounds like it would make more sense than hamburger, because when you say hamburger, you think that it's ground up ham in it, right? You should have beef burger, hamburger, chicken burger, turkey burger, fish burger. That would make more sense. Why don't we have cow bacon? Because nobody thought of it, I guess. It's called jerky. That you don't have to fry. Well, why don't they call it a cow burger? Why is it beef burger? It's a cow. It's a cow burger. There is beef bacon. I didn't know that. We don't have it in our stores here. But the closest thing I've ever seen to beef bacon is jerky. Beef jerky. Filet of fish is at McDonald's for them old folks. I used to like their fish sandwiches. The last couple of times I got one, they weren't so great. I don't know why. Pastrami and other sorts. And there's Humble Fellow. Hello, Humble Fellow. How is Humble Fellow doing tonight, this evening? Jill said they do specify when it's Angus beef burger. I think the cow is being discriminated on. It's a little chilly here today, and the sun's not been out all day. And that makes it seem even colder with a 67% humidity. Oh, it got up to 23 degrees. Oh, wow, that was a heat wave. So everything's frozen where you're at. I don't want it to be down to 23 degrees here. That is just way too cold. Yeah, Wilson's been in here. I haven't seen him comment here lately, but he's here. He was. Wilson, are you still listening? Dennis is asking if you're here. He may be busy with his girlfriend. I don't know. Our D's isn't very good. They failed at health department inspection again for German cock. Oh, gross. William. William said his wife wants to know why he parked the car in the living room. We have moo moo burgers here. Tamara. Yeah, I haven't seen him lately, but he was here. Usually he's coming in with his hog jowls and his neck bones and rice and all that kind of good stuff. Maybe he's eating dinner. Why did you park the car in the living room, William? I haven't had neck bones in many, many years. I haven't bought neck bones in many, many years. Used to eat them all the time. I grew up eating neck bones. Yeah, usually Wilson does get on anytime there's food being talked about. He comes in with neck bones and rice or something. My mother ate that and pickled pig's feet right out of the jar. My dad used to love pickled pig's feet. I thought they were gross. He loved them though. He loved, oh, what do you call it? I always just called it sour milk. But my dad loved it. I love liver and onions. Fry up some beef liver and make a gravy and chop up some onions in there. It's real good. I love it. I grew up eating liver and onions. I don't want no chicken feet and I don't want no pig's feet. I can pass. I'll pass on those. What do you call the milk that's like soured milk? I can't think of the name. Buttermilk. Buttermilk. My dad loved buttermilk. I would not even drink it. No way. I mean, I'm allergic to milk. I can't imagine what buttermilk would do to me. No, I'm not eating raw liver. Yeah, I always cook my liver with onions, and I make a good brown gravy with them. I flour my livers and fry them, take them out of the pan, make me a gravy, put my onions in and cook them, and then put my liver back in. I love it. I'm not eating head cheese either. That looks gross. Someone else disappeared too, and Gladys. I don't know where Gladys went. She may still be listening, but I haven't seen her in chat lately. Head cheese, until you know, LO. MT said, "Oh, I like me some buttermilk. Pour it over some cornbread and you got a meal." I'm not drinking buttermilk. Oh, William, that's gross. And there's Arthur Morgan. Hello, how are you? Just making sure I get everybody's name down that comes into chat for the drawing on February 6th. I'm doing great. It's just been a gloomy, no sun day. I know I'm not eating pig brains or beef brains. I'm sorry. No, thank you. I will pass. And I've never eaten beef tongue and I don't want it. You can have it. Yeah, it was 65 degrees yesterday. The sun was out pretty and shiny like a summer day. I enjoyed it. Today the temperature dropped and the sun has not been out all day. Not even a glimpse of the sun. It's just been dark and gloomy all day, but it did not rain any. I've never eaten oxtail either that I know of, but they say it's good. I guess it would be like eating beef. Global warming, probably, Dennis. I don't know. Yeah, when I woke up this morning and got up, even at 8 and 9 o'clock, it looked dark and gloomy outside. I said, what's going on? It should be sunshiny by now. But the sun hasn't come out all day. I've never had the oxtail, but like I said, it's probably good like eating beef. Goodness gracious, we've been on here 2.5 hours, people. Boy, time flies when you're having fun. I know what would be good right now. A great big old thick onion burger with my fried onion fritters to go with it. Because they're just like eating onion rings, only they're chopped up onions in a batter and you make a little fritter out of it and you can dip them in your dip. Those are good. I like my little onion fritters better than an onion ring. No, I don't want Rocky Mountain oysters either, William. You can keep them. You can eat all you want. Cup of coffee for me, yeah. I'll stick with my tea. You can have all the mountain oysters you want. Just the thought of what they are turns me off. No, I don't think I want them. I'm sorry. Your Legion is having a nut fry next weekend. oyster smell. Chill wants to know what are Rocky Mountain oysters. I don't know. I mean, you'll be going from one extreme to the other because you'll be awfully cold in Alaska and it's awfully hot in Texas. They're telling you what they are. Well, I can't imagine anybody eating their wife's toenails. I mean, that's pretty gross. What made you even think of that? My brother went to New York after he graduated from high school. We lived in North Carolina in my dad's hometown, but he was born in New York, and I've had family in New York. My grandmother was from New York, and he went up there to live after he graduated from school to get a good paying job. Well, by the time he retired, he was ready to get out of the cold, because if you've ever lived in New York City, you know in the wintertime it gets pretty nasty. There's a lot of snow, a lot of ice, and it gets pretty terrible. Well, he wanted to get out of the snow, out of the cold, so he moved to Tucson, Arizona, where they have weather just like we do. It gets 113 degrees, 115 degrees in the summer. But you know what? The first year he moved there, it snowed in Tucson. He said, I don't know what in the world's going on. It don't snow in Tucson, and it snowed here. I said, you just brought it with you from New York, that's all. Your Legion does it twice a year. Well, they can cook all the Rocky Mountain oysters they want, and they can eat all they want. You can eat my share of them. I had a similar experience with shrimp. I had shrimp salad 20 plus years ago. I love shrimp, but I'm not eating no animal testicles or whatever you call them. What was wrong with the shrimp, Sugar Stick? Those who don't eat them, they serve hot dogs too. Well, I might eat the hot dog even though I don't like hot dogs, but I'd rather eat the hot dog than to eat the Rocky Mountain oysters. Oh, I don't eat raw shrimp. I cook mine. I either boil them or I fry them. I don't eat raw shrimp. And they don't eat raw Rocky Mountain oysters either. They cook them. Some places let you harvest your own Rocky Mountain oysters. I don't think I'd want to do that. I wouldn't know of any place that would let you go harvest your own Rocky Mountain oysters. Now, regular oysters you can go harvest yourself, but not Rocky Mountain oysters. They're two different species. Y'all got me going now. And I can't imagine going to harvest your own Rocky Mountain oysters. Do a snip here and a snip there and a snip here and another snip over there. Pretty soon you get a pan full. Oh, I'm being silly, y'all. See what you did to me? Oh, I don't know if my chat's frozen or what. Just look out for the horns. Yeah, really. I have no idea, humble fella, how we got on this topic. Chill said the first thing I'm looking up after I leave this stream is Rocky Mountain oysters. It's too gross. Don't knock it till you try it. I don't know. I just looked it up. Here's what it says. Rocky Mountain oysters, also known as cowboy caviar or dusted nuts, are a deep-fried prairie delicacy of a bull or bison testicles. The dish is often served... Well, I can't read the rest of it. As an appetizer, the dish consists of skinned bull testicles coated in flour and deep fried. These Rocky Mountain oysters are referred to as cowboy caviar or dusted nuts, and Montana tenderloins are usually served at large fairs, ranching events, or restaurant and bars. If you ever come into possession of some bull testicles or are simply curious as to what a delicacy on the other side of the country tastes like, be sure to try this recipe. There's a picture of them. Probably good with cowboy candy. Oh. Probably. There's a bigger plate of them. If I can get it to cooperate with me. They don't look bad in the plate. But if anybody told you what it was, you wouldn't want to eat it. William says I brought some home to cook, and my wife said, "You got a lot. You got a lot of balls bringing those home." Oh man. Oh, I have too much fun with these lives, y'all. Oh, I'm crying. Oh. Oh. From nose to tail and all in between. I didn't think to look on YouTube for them. You're right. They're on here. They even show them before they're cooked. Oh God. Looking up bull testicles, is that considered porn? Well, I looked it up on YouTube. It just shows you how they cook them. It don't show them on the bull. Oh my God. I think we lost a couple of ladies through this topic of talking. And we've been on here almost 3 hours. I guess we need to wrap up this live. I know y'all got other things to do. I've never, and I never want to try them. I never want to eat them. Next, he'll be eating human testicles. Ugh. That'd be interesting to know if anybody in this chat's ever ate any of them. I've never. Don't want to. Tamara says no. I'm not hungry enough to eat them. No, but I ate petrified shark, so why not? How did you eat petrified shark? That'd be hard as wood if it's petrified. Everybody's saying no. Good, because I wouldn't try them. I've never eaten cactus, but they say it's good if it's fixed right. Mexican people eat cactus. I was talking one time at the school when I worked as a sub about the cactus that was growing in my yard, and it had the big red fruit pods up on them. And I had said something about digging them up. And one lady that worked there, she said, "Oh, you don't want to dig them up, keep them. You can eat those little red pods. They're really good. And you can eat the cactus part too." I said, "Yeah, but I don't want to mess with them because of all the little stickers that are in them. You know, those little pods, those red pods on the cactus is full of little stickers." I said, "If you can get past the stickers to eat the fruit, it might be okay, but..." I don't know what cactus tastes like. Oh no, I'm not eating goat eyeballs either. How did we get off on this subject, y'all? I don't even crave my cheesecake anymore. I can't imagine anybody eating, no. Chill said, "I had eyeballs once, pig. Did not taste like bacon or ham at all." I'm not eating fish eye soup either. Ugh. You got me to laughing so hard I'm coughing. I bet it don't taste like chicken. Everything don't taste like chicken. And I don't think fish eye soup would taste anything like chicken. I got 54 thumbs up, y'all. That's pretty good. But we do have to go. We've been on here almost 3 hours. That's a pretty long live. Laughing so hard I'm crying. Turtle legs. No, I'm not eating turtle legs. I have no idea, Sugar Stick. Notice everything tastes like chicken except chicken. All right, everybody. I appreciate y'all taking the time to spend time with me in my live today, this afternoon. I've enjoyed it. I hope you have too. And we'll see you on the next one because we got to go. Y'all have a blessed night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Take care. Stay safe. Stay warm. I'll see you on the next one. Bye now.